Now see here, sir, static variable also. Okay, a variable, a variable which is declared, which is declared inside a global scope, okay, with static keyword, static keyword is called static variable. Okay, now see, observe, what is static variable means? Simple, just class test, whatever the variable you have. Suppose if you have int x is equal to 10, just provide here static. Okay, then it will become static. See guys, I just have one doubt. Okay, I'm asking you all. Okay, just clarify my doubt. Now see, we have to define one, to define in a local, I mean to define in methods, we have a scope, we have a local variable. To define in the global level, we have a instance variable, instance variable. Then what is the requirement of the static variable? Why we need it? Guys, why we need it?
We can access the variable without creating an object, sir. By
Okay, what is
using
the okay, if you create object, what will happen? Now see, observe here. I will explain one. There is a one more point left in the instance variable, but I will explain here. Now see, observe here. Okay. First of all, in instance variable. Now, this is what memory. Okay, let's consider this is a memory space wherever the data is storing. Now, you have here one class test. Okay, you have here two variables. Int x is equal to 10, string name is equal to, I'll write my name only, Vishnu. Okay, now I have a main method here. Okay, now I have created here a one test t1 object. Let's consider t1 I created object. Now test t2 I have created here object 2. This is object 1, this is object 2. Now so that it will be providing here again in this, some spaces will be divided like this. Okay, okay, now see here, object 1 will be there. This is object 1 space, object 1 is created here, object 2 is created. Okay, now tell me how many times this values will get occupy space in a memory. How many times?
One time.
So here it will get x is equal to 10, name is equal to Vishnu. Okay, correct? This is what happening,
yes,
right?
sir.
No, you are wrong. Okay, the instance variables will get occupy space every time it is you have created an object. Every time you have to, whenever you create an object, every time it will get occupy a space. Suppose now here, if you are just declared a variables, if you are just declare a variables int x into z. Okay, now see here, we have created two objects. So two objects has been created here, one object and another object. Okay, now see here, here this is reference to the t1 object, this is the t2 object. Okay, here also it will created x z log initialized to normal value is also x is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Guys, I'll tell you, suppose if you are creating a car, I'm just asking a question. Suppose you have a car class, suppose you have a car manufacturing company. Okay, you are creating a car, you'll keep, for every different car you'll keep same name.
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
So the name will be different, right? For that every car will have some variable, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
That's why the name is always related to the car, correct? So which
Yes,
is
sir.
instance
Yes, sir.
variable. So suppose it is getting only occupying space one time only, you can say only one name. Int x is equal to, if you suppose if car name name is equal to some okay, I don't know, most of the car I'm just giving Tata. Okay, again suppose if you are giving one more car, suppose you are changing this brand to some Suzuki, whatever, sir, not Suzuki is there, okay, some Maruti. But if you only occupying space one time, how can you provide new? Again you have to provide some new variable again. No, right? So the name will be different for every under like that. So the instance variable will get occupy space whenever the time object is creating. Suppose if the three objects are created, how many times the local variables will get occupy space? If I have this here three objects, how many times this local variables will get occupy space here?
3 times, sir.
Three times.
Good. Okay, this is what the point, the last point of instance variable. Okay, now observe here, I'm just giving here the next point. Instance variables will occupy a space n times when you have created, suppose when objects are created, when n objects are created. Okay, if n object is means n objects n times it will get occupy a space. Suppose if n value 1 means it will occupy only one time. If n value is 10 means it will occupy it 10 times. Okay, this is what instance variable. Okay, now see here. Now the static variable is there. Okay, sir, we have local variable and we have global variable also, their instance variable. Then what is the required of static variable? Okay, now see, understand the first point. First most important point is static variable is not related to object. It is not related to an object. It is not related to an object. It is related to class. It is related to class. If I want to tell you in a simple way, okay, if you have a car manufacturing company, if you are developing a different types of cars, okay, now see, suppose, otherwise I'll tell you, in your home, okay, you have different types of cars, suppose Toyota, okay, and suppose Hyundai, okay, suppose BMW. Now tell me, this is the name of car 1, correct? This is the name of car 2, this is the name of car 3. First car object named as Toyota, second car object named as Hyundai, third car object named as BMW. Suppose if I ask you who is the owner for this 3, owner name, it will be you only, right? One name only. Now tell me, owner name is related to object?
Yes, sir.
Owner name is related to this car objects?
No, sir.
Yes,
No, sir.
For every car, suppose I'm telling about your own cars, you have 3 cars, okay, but car name will be different because car name is related to the car object, okay, but your name, it will be same for the all the 3 variables, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now simply I'll just tell you one more example. Okay, just consider here. Suppose here, okay, now here I'll just clear all the things. Now guys, today your class will be dragged to some other time, don't mind. Now see here, you are going to school, okay. Now see, suppose you are going to school here, okay. First time whenever you are filling a registration form, now here they will ask you name, they'll ask you class, okay, they'll ask you everything, your date of birth and all the thing. You seen anywhere the school name column here? In the filling of the school registration form, you are able to see any school name?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Because
No,
the
sir.
school name will
No,
be on
sir.
top. It is not related to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
It is
Correct,
not
sir.
related
Yes,
to
sir.
you. Okay, it is you means here it is not related to object, it is related to the school only, correct?
Yes,
Sir.
sir. Yes.
Now you understand what is related to object means here. Okay, now suppose here I have an application, okay, suppose let's consider here I have an application, this application I have to develop to collect the information, from the students, okay, about for XYZ school. Okay, some school name is, suppose some school name is, okay, you can consider as some XYZ school name. Okay, now in this application, whenever you killed registration, okay, it will come here like this one pop up. Okay, so they will keep your name, everything. Okay, suppose they kept school also, by default they will give your name, right, XYZ. Okay, so you are not able to select, you are not able to change that, because this is fixed for everyone, this is fixed for every object. Okay, this is related to the class level, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that
Yes,
is
sir.
what. Now one more, like take one more example if you are able to understand. Okay, will you all know ISO standards?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see here, suppose if you are manufacturing one product, okay, in that product there are some three materials. Okay, some three materials is there. Okay, one material is a, which is you have to follow ISO standards. Remaining two materials you can mix how much proportion you want, correct? Now tell me, this material, suppose if you are using XYZ material, that material is, that proportion, it is your own, it is related to your product. That material if you are using for any product, that is the same proportion. Okay, now that is what, this is what is that, it is related to the total level, it is related, whatever the remaining two materials are related to the object. Now you are able to understand what is the related to the object, what is related to the class.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear. Now see, the first find is that, now suppose here class test I have here string name is equal to, okay, what is the two messages? Sorry, didn't hear your voice. Once again explain, sir. So Jane, which topic I have to explain again?
Like instance variable and local variable. I'm getting confused with that.
Okay, I'll explain, give the okay, don't worry. Now see here, so anyway I just seen just now Sojanya name, I'm just keeping Sojanya. Okay, now here I have declared with the static keyword. Okay, whenever it is there static keyword, you have to remember static keyword is related to the class. Now this variable is related to a class, not to a object. Okay, now see, now I have a main method. Now I'm printing a system.out.println, whatever that print name. Now tell me what is the output. Guys, now tell me what is the output.
It will print the values, sir.
Yes, good. It will print the value. Why? I'll simply tell you. I don't know whether it will be sync or not. See, this is the static context. This is also static. Okay. Now can I consider? Okay, this is Indian. Okay, this is Indian country. Okay. If anyone will ask you visa to roam in India, guys, if you want
No,
to
sir.
go from one state to another state, if anyone asks you, if there is, if you are Indian, you have access wherever you want to go in India, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's consider the same example. Suppose you have here one instance variable int x is equal to 10. Okay, here you have a static main method. Now consider, this is a static main method, this is India, we already consider as India. Okay, this is, suppose you consider as some as America or whatever the country, other foreign country. Now will you come without your visa?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Is it possible
No,
to another country people to come to our country without visa? No. So
No,
that
sir.
visa
No,
you
sir.
can consider as a object reference. With that object reference is coming here. So that object reference you can consider as a visa. Clear? I'm just giving in a general way. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you have two static and static main method. Now see, observe here one more thing. Okay, I think I don't tell you guys. Now see here, observe. Now you have in your class test is there. Okay, here you have a main method. Okay, Now here you have a method which is public void m1 method. Consider this don't have static keyword, then consider it is a instance method. Okay, this object related method. Okay, now you have int x is equal to 10. Whenever you are trying to print system dot print, okay, something here it will not throw any error. It will throw any error. This is also India, here also Indian. Okay, this is also static instance variable. This is also instance method only. It will throw error. Let's try. Okay, let's see here. Okay, then I'm removing total everything. Now see here, I'm just giving int x is equal to 10. Okay, now I'm public static, sorry, not static, public void m1 system dot out dot println x. Okay, now I'm saving it again. Now see here, is it throwing any error? Without creating object, if you are trying to access from the without creating an object, if you are trying to access that variable from the instance method, is it getting, are you getting any error?
No, sir. No, sir.
Now you are able to understand what is the error that getting. It is not possible to access a non-static reference from a static context means, so it is not possible to roam in India without a visa if you are a foreigner. Just simple an example. Okay, now you understand the difference. What is that error? You are able to understand, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see here, now I am removing this anything. Okay, now that is what the difference is. Static int x is equal to 10. Now tell me, now you are accessing a variable, now you are accessing a static variable from static context. Is it required to use object reference?
No, sir.
So
No,
now
sir.
No, sir.
X I'm printing here, so I'm just saved it here. Again I'll just copy this, I'll just clear screen, I'll just paste it here. Now see, and again I will just call Java variables. Okay, see 10 are able to print. This is what. Now see here, from this what you are getting understand. Okay, now the second point is static variables will occupy a space, okay, at compile time only, okay, at a time of class loaded. If you want anyone class particular at a time of class loaded. Now see here, no need of creating an object. Okay, now see here, observe clearly one more thing. Okay, now here, sir, what is required of this static? Why we use a static? For anything, why we use a static? I'll just simply tell you. Class test is there. Okay, class test is there. We have a class test. Now suppose here one thing I have to store. I have to store the student information. So I have to declare here name. Okay, name I have to declare. Okay, now see here I am providing string name. Okay, now here I am providing, okay, some class int class. Okay, I have to store in the class in this I have to store the even all the information, what is the school and everything. Okay, now see here, if I taken here string school name. Okay, now if now see, observe here main method. Whenever you are creating student 1 object, student 2 object, student 3 object, what is happening here? We have created 3 student objects, so you have to store the 3 students data. Now see here, it will occupy the 3 students or not. This is what happening, correct? Now what will happen here? The S1 student, S2 student, S3 student. So here this name will come, class will come, school name will come. Okay, name will come, class will come, school name I'm keeping SN. Here name, class, school name. Suppose if you are providing data, here also will provide XYZ, here also will provide XYZ, here also will provide XYZ. Now see, for one data it is occupying 3 times. Now tell me, is it memory wastage or not?
Yes, sir.
Suppose you have one pic. Okay, if one pic, that pic if it is available in every folder, now that it is duplicate or not?
Duplicate.
Yes, sir.
So what will you do? You will delete that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see, suppose if I delete from here, okay, is it possible to delete from each one? Is it possible to delete in each object? By default, if you provided it as a local variable, sorry, it is an instance variable, it is occupy space in every object. That is default. Okay, then what is the solution? How the way we can manage the memory? Okay, that time you have to declare it as a static. You have to declare it as a static. So what will happen when you declare it as a static? Okay, the static variables will get occupy space, will get occupy a space only one time. At compile time only it will occupy space, so that it will just occupy a space here, student name is equal to some value. Now but it is linked with everything here. Will just make a link here. Okay, that is what difference. Now tell me, what is the use of static variable? Okay, whenever you have a variable which is common to all the objects, so declare it as a static variable, so that you will get a memory optimization. You'll save a memory. Clear? What is the use of static variable? When you have to use the static variable, guys, when you have to use the static variable?
Variable is common to all the objects.
Yeah, use is when you have to you have to declare a variable. You have to you have whatever that. When you have to use static means use of static keyword. You have to use static when data members, okay, when properties means both states and behavior, when properties are not related to object but it is common, okay, but it is related, okay, not related to object, okay, not related to a particular object. If I want to give you a clear, not related to a particular object, when it is common to all objects. What is the advantage of static variable? Memory optimization. Okay, memory optimization. Now here I have to add one point, right? What is that point? Static variable will occupy a space, only one time. Okay, even you have n objects are created, okay, this is what different types of variables. Okay, now see here,